Well, joining us now is the Bristol poet Lawrence Hu. He's one of the creators of a project called Cargo, which teaches students about pioneering black leaders. Lawrence, thank you very much for coming in today to talk to us. It's not easy to take names down, I'm not saying it is, but in terms of long-term change, taking a plaque down, taking a statue down, it's symbolic, but what change does it really have in the long term?
I don't know, I think it's symbolic on the face value that the names have been changed. But unless something's actually been done on the ground to address what that history has created, then it's just a removal of a name that shames Bristol. What does it contribute to the people that suffered through the acts of Edward Colston? Mainly education would help to correct the myths. Like at the moment, there's a lot of people confused with who Edward Colston is because predominantly one narrative has been given. Now another one's come up and people are like, oh my God, is this who he is? Well, actually, the African story is exactly the same. A narrative has been given to the world, and it's as one-sided as Edward Colston's narrative has been. But there's a never narrative, and that's what Cargo was about, bringing the narrative of African achievement to the forefront while covering the 400 years of a period of history which people just know as enslaved people.
Yeah.
Taken from a console.
Well, that's the thing in schools at the moment. There's no actual black education on the curriculum anyway, is there? There's kind of a week, or is it a month? But beyond that, what do you want to see coming in? Because this is what Cargo's working for. And actually, you've had quite a good day because you've got a grant, haven't you?
We've had a good day. Well, we've actually been working on this for over 4 years. And it's an extension of a project which was Whose Story, which was a response to the bicentenary of the 2007 abolition of the slave trade. So we've been working to try to change this narrative, to try to let people understand the value and the worth and the contributions that people of Africans have given to society. And that's what Cargo is about. So as they can see on there, it says what it does.
Yeah.
It starts with Bristol, with some of the great explorers from here, Cabot, William Delafont, William Weston.
So it's about inspiring, it's about leaders, it's about people.
It's about adding to a narrative. It's not about just, you can keep this story.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other stories to tell.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Slavery is a very important thing to learn about. But I read an article saying actually it puts some black kids off learning about history because it's the very dehumanizing side of it. And of course, it's very important and must never be repeated. That goes without saying. But actually, that's not the whole story. It's not the beginning and the end.
I'd removed from, my history lesson was in Mr. Smith's office at Filton High School, because I'd removed from history because I wouldn't pay attention to anybody because it was so negative. So I had no interest in history because whenever part of my culture came up, it was just shame. It was just, you felt ashamed. And you'd always be asked a question. So it'd be that the class would be full of everything. And it was, so how do you feel about that, Lawrence?
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you're still growing up learning.
So it took me against education. All of it did.
Interesting.
And the purpose of doing this is to create an education so children don't get to live the life I lived. Because, yeah,
we're out of time, sorry.
Good,
but
fine.
That's interesting that you've taken something which you weren't interested in and now you're inspiring other people. So if people want to learn more, they can look at Cargo, can't they?
Look at Cargo.
And thank you for coming in, Lawrence.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to chat with you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.